And I think we are live. Hello, hello, everyone.
Hey, how
Hello.
are you?
All right. This is Michelle out of Suffolk County, New York. Today, I will be sharing an interview with a beautiful, fabulous young lady who happens to be in the same industry as I. She has been in the industry for over 5 years and has loads of knowledge. So I wanted to bring her on to share her journey and to tell her thoughts of the industry and why travel, why you should start your own travel business. And so I'm here to introduce to you Miss Hawa Seifel.
Hey,
Hawa,
how are you?
all right, I am well. So, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Thank you so much for having me. I love your background. It looks so nice.
Thank you, thank you. And so, I just want you to know I appreciate you as a person, as an expert, as my uh, travel business partner, right? And so, uh, you have loads of knowledge and a servant leader. And so I appreciate that because I have learned so much from you. It's just been a pleasure to get to know you. Like when I found out about you, I was like, where is she? Who is she? Like you were just dropping knowledge about the industry and how to expand and succeed in the business that private near and dear to my heart. So tell us what made you get started. Well, first, who is Hawa?
Well, thank you so much for just even requesting me to be on your Facebook Live. So thank you everyone for watching Michelle and I on this live. If you're watching later, make sure you hashtag replay so she knows that I know that you guys are watching it later. So thanks again for having me as your guest today. So who is Hawa? So I have been a nail technician for over 20 years. My family immigrated to America in the 1980s. Ooh, 80s. And I've lived in Columbia, South Carolina since then. So I've been in the US for over 35 years. I'm in my 40s now. I can't believe I'm approaching 50 soon. Oh my gosh.
I'm
But,
looking.
and I have, I went to college. And when I went to college, I wanted to be like a fashion designer. I wanted to do art. So one of my passions is art and painting. So that is one of my side businesses that I have. I have several. But I have been working full time as a nail technician for over 20 years prior to starting this travel business. I was introduced to this business over 5 years ago from a friend of mine, and that's how I got into the travel industry. But a little bit about myself, I've always worked really hard. I love my family. Everything I do really is the result of thinking about them and furthering my family's progression for the future. And one of the reasons why I started working at the nail salon was my parents did not speak English that well, but they became entrepreneurs without a college education, without really English as being their second language, and they had broken English. But yet they started their nail salon business in 1998. And after I went to college, I thought to myself, I was like, hey, I could apply for a job and work for other people, or I can just help my family business out and make money helping them. And I'm so glad I did that. You know, I did put my dreams of aspirations to the side because family first for me. My parents made a lot of sacrifices to get me to America. So basically, I am fulfilling this American dream through the sacrifices that my parents made. So I started to become a nail technician, and anything that I applied myself, I felt like eventually, if I did something long enough, I was going to be good. So fast forward, next thing I knew, I got married, several kids. After a divorce, I still work at the nail salon. How many of you have just started doing something because you thought that's what you're supposed to do? And probably in your minds, you're thinking, I won't do this for a very long time. Maybe it'll be short term, and eventually you'll do what your purpose is. I feel like in my 20s, I didn't know what it is that I really wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to make money. But how life kind of just unfolded, I ended up being a nail tech for 20 years. And now I've been in the industry for 23 years. And then I became an esthetician in the process. So I'm dual licensed to do facials and lash extensions in South Carolina. And
I'm
so,
there.
yeah, you know, so I was married, 2 kids in my late 30s, approaching 40. I went through a divorce. So that was the year, I feel like several years was when everything just became a whirlwind. And I started all kinds of projects. I was going to say yes to a lot of opportunities. So I feel like I was primed to get into the travel industry, not knowing that the travel industry would actually save my life, change my life, and had made such a great impact on my soul, my spirit. And for the very first time, feel like I'm actually where I'm supposed to be going, where I'm heading. So it feels really good to be in that place. Will I ever get the success that I, think that I deserve for myself? I don't think that you ever get to that finale, right? Because it's always next level. I realized that, for many years, I put a cap on myself. I limited my potential, and it's only because of what I didn't know. So getting into the travel industry, like I said, has really opened up so many doors, my mindset and my growth as a person, but financially too. So that's a plus plus. So that's really a little bit about me, family woman, love the travel industry, love helping
Yeah.
people, love meeting people like you. So I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Yes. So let's talk about you. You mentioned that it changed your life. In what ways would you say, some ways would you say that it has made some changes? And what impact, if any, has it had on your family?
Well, I find that most of us, as a nail technician, I've been listening to stories and people's woes and joys for 20 something years. So I really get to know people's deep, feelings and opinions and how they live their lives more than most people would. Because as a nail technician, you hear and sit in front of people on a regular basis. I probably see most of my clients more than they see their own families, other outside than their immediate family. So through the years, I found that most people aren't living in their most purposeful way as far as what makes them happy. They just go to work to get a paycheck, right? And I'm guilty of that myself for the past 20 years. I was working to get a paycheck, but I never really felt fulfilled. I was good at what I was doing, and I actually made really good money because I became a master nail tech, mastering my craft. So all the while, I could make 6 figures as a nail technician, believe it or not, but that means that I'll have to sacrifice hours, beyond hours, and the only time I make money was when I was sitting behind the chair. To me, that was not freedom. I felt like I was in a box. And when I did travel with my family, which I love travel, I remember traveling broke. I remember flying back to Vietnam, having enough money just to buy a plane ticket and then let my family feed me when I get to Vietnam. And that was how we traveled, and going on cruises, getting the cheapest cruise that I could find just so I can get away and then come back work harder. And so I was boxed in, and so were a lot of my clients, right? But I knew that I wanted something else outside of nails. But what? if you've been doing something for 5, 10, 20 years, you know, for my clients per se, they went to whole college, you know, with the whole degree, and they work for 15, 20 years, and they're 5, 10 years from retirement. I'm at that age of thinking about retirement. I have clients who are about to retire. And even if you are unhappy, you're not going to leave what you're doing to start over from the ground up. It's just not very realistic, and it's very difficult. And I have seen some people in their 40s, you know, going back out there and getting their nursing degree or getting their master's, what have you, right? Starting over. And so for me, I didn't want that route, but I really didn't know what else can Hawa do to make the set of money that my family's used to making, but still have that freedom. I didn't know. So my friend started this travel business thing, this little business. I saw it online.
Business.
Right. Well, at that time, I didn't know any better, right? I thought it was a little business, and my friend started it, and I saw online a flash of her. Hey, I started my travel business, travel agent, da da da. And what was funny was I realized that there is money to be made in being a travel agent, because I was in a business group. I'm still in the business group right now, where we refer business to business referrals, so you can get clientele. Okay. So this is 2018. And I knew of this travel person in the group, and I thought, man, that's a cool thing that she's doing. At that time, I was dabbling and thinking of different ways to expand myself without having to leave the salon, but still do more of what Hawa wants to do. You know, when you get close to 40s, and, you know, for us women particularly, we sacrifice for our families. We've done so many things. At some point, we're like, man, when is it going to be my time? So I started to think and want and desire something for me. So I started my art career. I joined a business group. I was still working full-time at the nail salon, 2 kids, 1 newborn, right? So I had a lot going on. But simply, my sister was actually the person in my family that enjoys booking travel. She enjoys the research. She was really good at it. She just likes to do it for fun. And the community got wind of how good she is and how helpful she is. And that's just her nature. She loves helping people. So she was booking travel for free. We call them free travel agents, right? Because you don't know any better.
Right.
But when you know better, you do better.
Exactly.
So all of this kind of happened kind of like simultaneously. I'm thinking this. I knew there's money. And then my girlfriend started this travel business. My sister was booking travel. I say, sister, let's go to this thing that I'm invited to and figure this out. We went to the travel party, and I learned of all the access, the benefits of becoming your travel business owner. All I wanted to know was, how much is this going to cost me? Because I'm an entrepreneur, right? I know it's going to cost something. And when I realized that you didn't need to go get your certification and go in further schooling, because that's what I didn't want.
Right.
I was so excited. I was like, what? You
Right.
get partner up with a host agency and you get the access. So even though I brought my sister there for her, I started the business first.
It made sense, right?
It just made sense. I've been on
Right.
50 cruises at this point. It was a no-brainer. And I started my art career as well. So I do live event wedding paintings. In my future self, I see
I've seen your work too. I've seen your work. Beautiful.
So
Even your nails.
thank you. So in my future self, I was thinking, hey, I can see myself painting for a wedding couple in Italy or in France or in Aruba. Like I was imagining me doing that type of work internationally. So of course, having a travel business for me made sense for my business because it wouldn't hurt it. It would only enhance it. That's why I started. Right. And then my sister, who I thought was the free travel agent of the family, needed to get paid somehow. So we realized like we needed the access as travel business owners to be able to monetize. And that's how I got into the industry. And then 5 years later, not knowing that this business, if you treat it like a business, pays you big business money, not knowing that it would grant me the freedom that I prayed for years. And because of what I've been able to do, being able to work my business from anywhere, because I work my business even when I'm traveling, which is amazing. I could never do that as a nail technician. So
Mhm.
that's how it really had changed my life, because I've become like a happier person, because now I feel like I'm actually living in more of my purpose. I'm still making money. I'm happy doing it. So it's kind of like a win-win, right? And why do we work so hard for? So we can travel. And
Right.
so I'm able to maximize within the space, and that's why it's really changed my life. And now that I've seen what it has done for me and
Mhm.
my sister, I no longer have to work weekends. I work the nail business really on a part-time basis, appointments only when I need or want to show up. But the travel business is creating that supplemental income that I didn't think I could have. And so now, because of the result of that success that I've had for myself, I know that my purpose now is to help others who don't have the access, who don't feel like they can work this business, or maybe feel like it's not for them, that I can help them. So now all I do is focus on is finding ways to help person to be able to gain the freedom, to gain the finances, just to spend it more with their family. So in a nutshell, helping people is what has made such an impact on my life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so you've helped a great amount of people since you've been in business. Let's talk about that. What was that journey like? And part B to that, to a person who would say, "Oh well, I'm too busy to do something like this." What would you say to that person?
Um, I would say I was too busy myself. Really, if I thought about it, if I look back, I didn't have the finances to really start, but it was such a small investment. I was going to spend it on a good weekend hanging out with my girlfriends or with my family anyway. So
Mhm.
either I was going to invest in the business for myself to make money or to spend money. And I'm the kind of person, if I can put money into something and it can yield me more money, that excites me. So my journey was coming into this business. I got educated, and the more educated I got, and I took the training seriously, because I feel like a lot of times people come in, they want the quick fix. They want,
Right.
they want the freedom, they want the money, but they don't want to do the in between, which is the learning part. Like when I became a nail technician, I had to take the courses. I have to understand, chemistry. I have to understand what it means to have the right sanitation within the salon. I had to understand business. So I applied what I learned in school, college, and all the years in my travel business. So when I got in, I had no experience. When I'm telling you zero experience, absolutely none. But I took the education part seriously. So when I started training and learning and realizing the access and the money that I can earn if I treat it like a business, I did. I started making money within the first 3 months of working my travel business without any experience, 10%. I was, instead of watching
Right.
Netflix like I did, oh man, I would watch shows till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, because I say I need to stop at midnight. I'm tired. Next thing I know, watch 3 more episodes. It would happen, almost every night, every other night. Just getting obsessed with watching those shows. So when I got into the business, I stopped watching as many of those episodes, and instead I started training.
Mhm.
And when I started training, I said, well, in order for me to learn how to work this business, I have to work it and not just train, train, train. So you have to learn and earn at the same time. So, everything that was taught to me through the systems of our company, I started just to follow, because if you don't know, you got to follow somebody that knows what they're doing. So I did that. So I started earning money in the first 3 months. it paid for my investment for the entire year. I was in the black. So I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, look at me. And then I started in May of 2019. Less than a year later, the pandemic happened of March of 2020. And here I am in this travel business. But I was stuck at my house. And as a nail technician, I was not able to touch people for over 6 weeks. It really made me realize that, hey, what if you are stuck in your house for another 6 weeks? What would you do? Better yet, at that time, one of my friends got into a wreck, and he was a musician, and he had hurt one of his hands, so he couldn't really play music. So in a way, he was kind of like in the same predicament as me because my hands are my tools. So it made me realize, like, what if I got into an accident? What if I couldn't use my hands to provide a service? It just didn't occur to me. You know, when everything is good, you don't think about bad, right?
That's
So
that plan B.
right. So I was so thankful because during that time, my plan B was already in the works. I was getting paid hobby money, but I was still getting paid. So
Right.
during that time when I was at my house, that's when I took my training to the next level. I was like, I'm going to learn everything I need to learn, and I'm going to start still booking travel at that time and still expanding my business at that time. So I started to learn about the compensation plan. I learned that there are 8 streams attached. What does Hawaii want to earn? All 8. So I started to learn the system and implementing them during the pandemic. So during the pandemic, I was able to help my team grow to at least 100 active agents worldwide because we all knew during the pandemic, the one thing that never did stop was travel. Essential travelers were still traveling. I was still getting clientele during the pandemic. People were still traveling. You know why? Michelle, I was one of those people. My sister, myself, my best friend, my boyfriend, we were all traveling. And when we were
Right.
traveling, we saw other people traveling. So it was really a scary time, but then it also made me appreciate the opportunity even more. So I start to treat my business more than a hobby. I took it serious and really made it into a business. So I grew it to 100 active agents during the pandemic, and now my team, helping them to help more people. So now I'm a 2-star director as a result of that. And now my purpose now is just to meet the right people that has the same way of thinking, vibe, creating the tribe, so that way we can make money together. And that's
Right.
how I'm able to grow, just sharing my story and making sure that I am of value to a person that says, hey, I'm going to trust you to partner up with you, or anybody in the organization. I treat everybody as if, right, I partner up with them. And so that's how it's been for me with this opportunity.
That's good. That's real good. I like that. Uh, people often say, "Oh, I don't want to do sales and I don't want to recruit anyone." But with a business like this and the opportunities, how could you I don't consider it a sale or a recruit. It's a share. I'm sharing. If you go to a store, you're going to share a good sale, right? Or a good restaurant. So why not share the benefits of what you have to somebody else? Talk about that.
Well, I have a pair of glasses on right now. Okay. I bought it from Amazon. And I was just telling you, a little bit about um, sharing versus selling. I wear my glasses and I don't even say anything. And literally, people have seen me on Zoom and have messaged me and said, Hawa, where did you get those glasses? They look so cute on you. And they're
Yeah.
like, I want the exact same pair you have. And you know what I do? I don't even tell them the name brand. I literally go to Amazon on my order, on my cart, and I send them the link to the
Wow.
exact pair of glasses.
Mhm.
That right there is what we do day in and day out naturally.
For
Um,
free.
for free. In this industry, is so different from any other industry because people already are thinking about it, they want it, they're doing it, or they're coming back from it, planning to go on another trip once they're back from it. So people are already utilizing the product that we have, which is travel. And we
Mhm.
have access to the whole world of travel. I like to say that we are the Amazon of travel. Okay, so we don't have to change people's spending or buying habits. I don't have to convince you to go, versus this cruise line to another cruise line. I don't have to change where you want to go. If you say I'm loyal to Royal or this company, do
Mhm.
that. If you saying you want to do this, we have that too. So in this industry, for a more introverted person, for a person that really absolutely loathe the word sales, this industry is the one industry that you can be in and not have to try to push it on people. People come to you once they know two things: that you have it as a business, that is not play, that you treat it like a business, right? And two, that you are a professional. And what makes a professional, what separates a professional from an amateur? An amateur is just doing it, winging it, and not
And
getting
not getting
paid,
paid.
right? A pro is somebody that's an expert that actually trains and learn and is obsessed over their craft of travel in the industry, and they get paid for the service that they render. Okay? And to be fair, if you're going to work for other people, people are utilizing your efforts, your energy to make money off of you, and they pay you for it. So what would be the difference if you're doing this as your own business, right? And the thing about it is many people participate in this industry already. If you are booking a cruise for yourself, you automatically gonna book it for your person that's staying in the room with you. So you're booking for that second person. And then you're gonna have children, grandmas, granddad, aunts, uncles, best friends. Now you got 2, 3 more, 5, 6 more cabins.
Right.
And as you book that trip, you're going to book 4 or 5 more cabins naturally. You literally just participated in the whole transaction of what we do. The only difference is you are a consumer because you're spending money, and the business owner is the one that does the exact same thing, but following, like we were saying earlier, about understanding policies and procedures as a
Mhm.
business person in order to get paid. And so you can either be traveling over here as a consumer and continue to do it, that's fine, and use another person to help with you, or you can be booking your own trips online, and that online site, they get paid, you doing the work, they get paid. You can choose to continue to do that, or I don't know about you, but I'm that kind of person. What you
Right.
mean I can get paid for doing what I've been doing for 20 years?
What
Now I
I
get to do
love
it
to do, right?
right, and I get to do a better job of it now because now I'm in the industry. I know what's right, what's wrong. I'm not second guessing myself. I find that a lot of people doing research, but you really don't know who you using other than a few really popular companies and sites, right? But what if you knew you had access as a professional and be in partnership, wow, with these major companies?
Mhm.
I mean, to me, that right there is everything. I'm in partnership with these major companies, and then if I follow what they taught me, they teach you these things, by the way, too. These companies, they teach you how to do this correctly, and then you just get paid for it. And
Right.
once you learn how to do it right, it becomes super, super simple over time.
You touched on
Yeah,
something, a person that decides,
mindset.
well, I don't need a travel agent. I could do it myself. Yeah, you could do it yourself, but let's talk about that hidden commission that people don't know about.
Yes, so one of the slides during the presentation was, did you know that travel commissions are built inside every travel transaction? So like what I was pointing out earlier was, if you're going on these sites and you're getting the best deal as a consumer, you are doing the work, you input the names, the address, the phone numbers, the emails, payment information. You click submit. You bought travel from this company. That company created that website and the platform to sell you travel so they can earn the built-in commission. So you are actually using a travel agency. It's just an online travel agency. And there's no one in between of that transaction. You did the work, they keep the commission, okay? So once you are in the business of travel, partnering up with a host agency, using their credentials, because you have to have industry accreditations and certification to do it the right way. So this is a legit business. This is not, oh, I just decided to wake up and become a travel agent with whom and where and how, right? You have to get paid. Remember what I said, amateur versus professional, right?
Absolutely.
So being a professional, you have to do it the right way. And once you are partner up with the right company that gives you those exact credentials that you need, these companies that you book direct with, the cruise line, the car rental, the your most favorite hotel brand, I'm talking about high end to 2-star to 3-star to 4 to 5 to 6-star.
You name it.
Right. You have direct access to them. Now, as a business owner, that transaction, when you are doing the work, it comes to you. It comes to your travel host agency. The travel host agency gives you a percentage of the work that you did and you get paid. I mean, it it can't get any better than that. I mean, think about this. If you bought a product from a store, when you go there to buy that product from the store owner bought that at wholesale. They bought it at a certain price and they resell it to you at a higher price so they can get that profit margin. So there is that always that profit margin in any kind of industry that you're in. So people are in business to make money. So the same here in the travel industry, you just have to understand how it works and then you figure out how to work it.
Right. And so some people may get the wrong idea and assume like it's a club or what they call those things,
Oh, yeah,
timeshare.
travel club is not a timeshare.
Right. It's an actual business.
This is an actual independent travel agent business. You are going to get a 1099, an actual business, full-fledged, at-home travel agency. We call it home-based because it originates from your home, but really we are now in the world of Wi-Fi, laptop, and phone life. So you can take that home office of yours on your laptop to anywhere where there is Wi-Fi. And our company is in 20 over 20 countries. So pick your country and
Right.
work business and still get paid.
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are, I remember going on a trip. I was in Cancun and I could never take my work as a nail technician with me or an esthetician, right? I could never make money while I'm traveling. I'm broke when I'm traveling. I'm just spending money, come back and work, make more money. But in one instance, I was traveling to Cancun and I had to finish and finalize a booking for someone. When I was there, I literally just sat on the beach on my phone, sipping on a drink, eating ceviche, and finished a transaction over the phone. So I didn't even open my laptop. I did whatever I had to and it was complete. It took me less than 20-30 minutes. And I was hanging out, feeling the ocean breeze. And then when I came back from my trip, I got paid off of that. And it was so amazing that I can do that. Like I said, if I wanted to make that same, I'm not going to tell you how much I made, but if I were to sit at the nail salon, I would have to sit here for 2 days from 10 a.m. in the morning to 7 p.m. at night, working clients every day. I mean, every hour for 2 days to make the same amount that I did. That was 30 minutes on the beaches of Cancun.
Wow. The number one research people are doing while they're at work, 9 to 5.
Travel. And as a nail technician, right? everything comes back to travel. When my clients come in, hey, where are you going? Because they're getting their nails done, they're going somewhere. Or where
Right.
did you come back from? And people a lot of times they think, oh, travel is just leisure. No, travel is work, it's funeral, it's graduation, sports. I have a lot of moms that are here at the salon that have to take their sons and daughters to sporting events. And a lot of time if they're in competition or travel ball, I mean, I'm talking about hotel stays. I'm talking about, flights, staying several nights. So it's not just leisure. I mean, travel is every industry. So everything leads back to travel. That's why we were saying earlier about how if you don't want to sell something, this industry is the one industry that is great and perfect for super busy people and for people that don't like to sell.
Right. No inventory, no
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
It's your business. And most work it on a part-time base.
I started out part-time, part-time, part-time. I mean, when people tell me that Hawaii, did you just say you just started something else? They're like, they couldn't believe it. They look at me shocked. And they always think when I say I'm going to do something, they're like, okay, okay. And the next thing they know, man, you are really serious about this. So I was able to work my business because I'll come home, put the babies to bed, and I'll have several hours. And like I said, either I was watching Netflix or really I wasn't doing anything. So I would watch Netflix or something, a movie or something every single night. Instead, right, I'll spend 30 minutes to an hour doing research or training and learning about my business. And then
Mhm.
another thing that I love about our business is that I started to become an audio learner. I didn't know that I was a visual and an audio learner. As a nail technician, I didn't have to do those things. I only had to take CEU every other year for 6 hours. So, I didn't do much learning. But I started on my drive to work. It would take me 18 minutes to work, 18 minutes to come home from work. And I would listen to all my training modules in the car. So
Wow.
when people say they don't have time, it's because they don't have time doing what it is that they know they need to do to improve themselves, because I feel like once you're more educated about whatever it is that you do, money
Mhm.
comes. Money
Absolutely.
doesn't come first. Money comes after the education.
Yeah.
Months after you make a decision, hey, I'm gonna give great customer care, because truthfully, when you're online and you yourself, there's no customer service.
Right.
You are winging it. But when you become a professional, right, you are going to get best customer service. And if you decide, I'm going to give the best customer service, attention, detail to my clients, how can your clients not be addicted to that? I mean, my clients that I have, VIP clients, thankful for them. They're so excited because all they got to do is make one little phone call, tell me what they want, and boom, no question. I already know. I
Right.
know their style. I know they want. Like, how can, man, service is everything, and all AI can never give you the human touch that we're able to give.
You mentioned AI. Let's talk about that because some people may feel that, they're going to have AI take over the world. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, yes, I love the technology. I'm obsessed with my phone, right? So there are amazing things with technology. We're on Facebook Live right now. We're able to reach thousands and thousands of people. So there are advantages and there are disadvantages. Okay. The one thing you can never get from AI is energy and genuine authenticity, personal care. Like if I know you, Michelle, and I know that you like A, B, C, D, and E, I can really think about you outside of what I'm being told to do. AI is programmed for a specific need and things, and certain things have to align in order for the AI to even work in your favor. Yes, it's great at those things, but people still want to feel like they're being cared by another human being. At the end of the day, we're humans. and we need the human interaction and the genuine care that that could never replace. So yes, take advantage. This is a great time, honestly, because of AI and because of technology for you to get into the travel industry. Because back in the day, everything was by paper. The travel, uh, agent working for an agency or running their own agency, they had to work really, really hard. So now
Yeah.
you get the advantage of technology. The company is always adding different aspects for you to be more effective. Right now, the only thing is plug that in and use your personality, use your knowledge and your expertise and your heart for helping other people, and they make money from that. I mean, that's a win-win. I know a lot of people that are watching right now, you already have it in you. You're already doing this for your family. I know you
Right.
are, but the only difference is nobody told you about it or help you to understand how you can make money, but also you feeling like, oh, I won't be good at it, or maybe I'll fail. But travel, I mean, you can't. I already know, like, you can't fail in this business. The only way is if you quit, or if you
Yep.
decide, I don't want to do it, I don't want to learn anything, then that's okay. It's not for everybody, right? It's not for everybody. But if you are curious, even for a little bit, and you like, hey, I want money, I want to make money, how can I add an extra 200, 500 a month without having to get a second job, without having
Right.
to, right, interview 8, 10 times for a job, and somebody telling you what to do, when to show up, what to wear, how to do it. If you don't want that, this industry is something that you want to really look at and take it serious to make that extra whatever amount you want to make.
Yeah. And you said extra 500, but there are people actually who have made a million or close to a million, in the business. So it's definitely equitable. People love to travel. Every profession travels. And why not? Why not? So this is the last thing I want to touch on, and that is having a business, an online business now, and the importance of that.
Well, one source will pay for one bill, and many of us have multiple bills. And then you have emergencies that will come up. If you live long enough, something's going to happen to your house, something's going to happen to your car, something's going to happen to your phone. I've dropped my phone so many times and I had to get a new phone, right? And so you have multiple bills, you have a lot of needs living here in the US. I can't speak for any other country, but over here, we are like, really, we breathe and eat paying for something. And now the way its system is set up, you got automatic withdrawal. You don't even know when money's coming out. You open your bank account and the money's gone. You just got paid from your work and
So
it's
true.
gone. And
So
you need to position yourself to have multiple streams coming in, whether that is investments, and it doesn't have to be full-time money like you think. A lot of times people think, well, I need to put 100% in this or else I won't do it. I have to put 100% in that and I won't do it. And my thing to you is, yes, make your full-time income over here, but if you can do something that's going to give you an extra 200 here, an extra 500 here, even an extra $50 here, it all adds up, because all those streams are going to take care of all those line items out of your house. And simply put, you never know when something is going to happen to your current job or your business, your one business that you have. So it's smart to invest in multiple streams. And having an online business is the one thing that you can actually make it possible for being super busy.
I appreciate your time, Hawa. Close us out. And I appreciate you. I will see you in a couple of weeks.